Hello and welcome. You find me stood on top of the Lego house roof in Billund for what will be a Halloween special. So we have lots and lots and lots of bits and pieces to see. So I'm going to take you on a nice guided tour of the Lego house for Halloween. And here we go. So this is the first thing you see when you come into the Lego house, the absolutely enormous Lego built tree up past the staircase that you would walk past as you come up. Now I tried to walk up the staircase, but like I said in a previous video, it is so busy when I came today that you'll see what I mean when we get round in the colourful pockets of the house. But I did what I could. So first thing you see is the 3 T-Rexes. Now each one of these dinosaurs are made from completely different elements. You've got the yellow one here, which is made from Technic, and you've got the one in the middle, which is the green one, which is the Lego brick, and the first one, the big red one, was Duplo brick. Now in a previous video it was very much up for debate with who preferred what, so let me know in the comments guys what you think. Now each part of this house is a completely different colour, so you've got the red room here, the green room, the blue room, and so on and so forth. Now each one of these pockets I'm about to zoom into have different building experiences in, and obviously because it's for Halloween they were teaching everybody how to make pumpkins, and obviously it is all just your normal Lego brick. So as we go around, just to be warned that we might be looking at the floor and at the ceiling, I just thought it would be much easier to do a voiceover and just laugh at myself with the camera work rather than trying to take it all out, because it gets very busy very quickly. Now in the glass cabinet displays, these are all massive models designed by the Lego designers, and then up top we look at all the pumpkins and all the other bits and pieces that we've added, because in other videos all the detail in the glass cabinets are available, but because this is a Halloween visit I did try and hunt down all the Halloween models as well, and there are lots of different things dangling from the ceiling, and each room has its own sort of theme as well. But up here they've just got all the big pumpkins, but again the pumpkins themselves are made from each element the T-Rex is made from, and there you go, some of the spiders as well. So this green one is made from Lego bricks, so the pumpkins are made from the Lego bricks. The red one is made from Duplo bricks, so the pumpkin is made from Duplo bricks. Now this is also available in a quick tour room, the green room, where we look at the Lego built city, but just past that city they have little computer stations where you can direct your own movie, so you can sit there and do different bits and pieces. So you can easily spend a full day here either building, exploring, doing whatever it is that you want to do. So I will try and walk down these stairs without falling over and just try and film all the different bits and pieces that I might not have caught in one of the previous videos, and sort of just play dodge everybody as we go. So up on the roof you have the spiders, and again if you notice they're slightly different colour to the one that we've just seen. I think the one up top was yellow, this one is white. And some of this is a BAM, I say BAM wall, BAM pocket. So BAM is build a minifigure, and you can literally just make all your minifigures up, but these aren't to keep, so you can just make them up, and all the little ones having a play with them, and then obviously you can then go to the shop and then see what they have available, and then you can make your own minifigure there. So there's loads and loads of heads and torsos and everything to play with. And again, here where it says on air, you can see that it's sort of about 50% full, because they were still spreading people out because of the COVID rules and regs at this time as well. So they weren't running at full capacity, even though it looked very busy. I think there's still 850 under capacity. I think I spoke to a member of staff, he said they were full up to the capacity allowed for their current COVID regs. So I think the house can hold about 850 more, they said. So we are going into the yellow section. Now this section, it had like big bass subwoofers where you got that green ring on the floor, and you had to make some bits and pieces, and they vibrated off, and then I think it was who can make theirs go the highest. And again, up on the roof you have all the other spiders and all the other bits and pieces, and I think I managed to get onto this one, yes. And they put the little cars and the vehicles on, and whatever the challenge is to build in that area, and then they hit the button and there's just a massive amount of vibration and bass that kicks off. Now this is the Duplo side of the tour, but this is a bit that you didn't see. They actually did have a Duplo building area, in case you wondered why one of the cities went from half Lego to half Duplo. It's because you leave the Lego section and then you go straight into the little Duplo section where all the little ones can build all the bits and pieces. Now, if you've not seen this video in greater detail so far, it is available in this playlist. And this section that we're in now does go from night and day, and you can spot that they've got the little skeletons. And can you spot what the referee was? Let me know in the comments below who you think that is based on. And as we then pan around behind, there's all these glass cabinets in every single colour, and they are all different themes regarding either people that have been to the house and they've kept their models, which is I think what they do in the red room. That green room is idea competition winners or sets that have gone in for voting. And all of that will come in much greater detail closer to Christmas. Like I said in the previous video, I am going. I've already booked the ticket ready to get in, and I'm going to give myself a good full day on a Saturday rather than a Sunday. And hopefully it won't be as busy as what it is today. So the bit that I'm stood on now is the roof, obviously. But it is the only bit of the roof that you can stand on where you actually need a ticket to get onto. And that's just like a little area where you can sit down and just sort of catch some fresh air. If you're scared of heights, I would look away now, because they have got these bits dotted all over the sections of the roof where you can actually look down onto all the models that they've got on display. Then, moving on in. Luckily, I pulled it, didn't push it, otherwise I would have walked straight into the door, and I was thankfully 2 for 2, because I was thinking which way does the door go, because obviously in previous videos I have walked into multiple doors before. So this is the green section. These are some models that they do have on display, and like I did just say, that all the colourful sections and all the little minifigure history like this, because this is just behind the BAM section, will come available in a video closer to Christmas. But as you can see, as we pan around, there's plenty of space for the big ones and the little ones to mess around with and just sort of practice what they want to put on their minifigure for when they get into the shop, to see if they've got any of those elements available. And this is basically what this is saying, that you've got plenty of different pieces that you can play with, and that everybody's completely unique, so you can make up your own sig fig sort of that relates to you best. Now, what I did find very useful coming around the Lego house for the very first time is that everything is super bright, which I do like bright colours, hence the new logo. Thank you very much indeed, Jay's Toy Collection UK, for sorting that out for me, massively appreciated. But it's also very easy to get around, because obviously everything is in coloured zones and the arrows point to the next zone and so on and so forth. So this is another zone. We are in the blue section currently, and you have to make up little models, and then it starts to add in sort of your 2D and 3D cars, and it's basically like a digital city. And then as we pan around, you just have more and more building areas, and again they have the Duplo sections in most of the colours, I do believe. I'm not too sure they're in all of them, but that one's the train builder. But in this blue section, it's all these the smaller models, and you can see the cars and all the little bits and pieces going around, and it fills up during the day, and you can pick others up and move them into different places. So it's a city architect, that is the word that I'm after. You are creating your own city, and you can put in all your own roads and all those bits and pieces. Now this is another completely different section where everybody was queuing up to crack on with, and that in the middle I thought was a lovely Lego display. But you can just see everybody just there in front queuing up, and they're just getting told how to do things. So what I then try and do is try and get around the crowd, and we look at the display that is in the next glass cabinet just to the left hand side. I think we pan around that, and then we have a look at the Halloween bits and pieces that are dangling off. So like I keep saying, everything is in completely different zones. Each different zone has a completely different theme. And at the video close to Christmas, we will go through this in much greater detail, and I will try and do a zonal colour video if possible, rather than sort of running around just trying to show off more the Halloween bits and pieces. And if that is something you guys want to see, let me know in the comments below. I can make sure I can get that done before Christmas. Now this is a very popular section. This is the racetrack section, where you have 3 different tracks. You all go against each other. They've got like a push button timer, and you've just got to make the either quickest car going down a slope. You've got one that needs to jump the furthest, just like that, and it goes straight through the loop for the other one. So they managed to get that one nailed, because most of the time they end up crashing and falling off. But in a straight line, just where these pumpkins are, under track 1, everybody stood there, and it's on quite a steep slope, and then you just let go of the cars, and it's on a timer, and it gets to the bottom, and it lets you know who the winner is, and you go to the tables around the outside, and then you can carry on building the cars, because it's a case of what will be quicker, the bigger wheels, the smaller wheels, what works for you, basically. There is another section of the roof. I thought there was only the one, but I apologise, there's obviously 2 sections that you can get onto on the roof, and that one had a bit more of a play area. Now, panning round into the red room. That is one of the pictures that you'll see quite a lot on the Instagram page from the Lego house, because yes, all of that is made from bricks, and you've got all the bricks underneath where people can just build different bits and pieces, and then behind it, it's just tables to build stuff and get nice and creative with, and that's where the pumpkin patches, so you can see everybody's designs and artwork there. And what they do at the end of the day, they break them all down and then wait for the next lot of people to come in through the day. Now, I have built the Christmas tree in this section a couple of years back, so all of this will be ripped out for Halloween, and then the Christmas stuff will be put in, and they just change all the colours, change all the bricks, and change all the designs of everything that everybody's going to do. Now, if I remember rightly, in the glass cabinets that we're going to walk around in the red section, they are displays of people from people that have just turned up, just making stuff for fun, and then the staff have thought it's so impressive, it then gets put in the cabinets as well. So I did say in one of the previous videos that I think this is something that LEGO's really going to push, because they are introducing some bits and pieces in the Billund Park, and I think they're going to do the same thing in Windsor. So it wouldn't surprise me if more and more ideas sets you get shown in real life, either the winners or the top 10 or the top 20 of a certain season. But that red cabinet just over there, I think, is packed full of Lego House visitors' designs, and the staff have just kept them because they are so impressive and they didn't want to break them back down again. There's a plaque somewhere saying that, but it seems to be everybody is making their own pumpkins and other bits and pieces instead of making the larger sets like they sometimes do, but it's because they have just got all the orange, greens and blacks put down for this one, because they rotate the bricks around. I think, again, going by their Instagram page, they swap a good 1 million or so bricks over. It's a scary amount of bricks that you can use, and yes, that is a model that somebody has just done, and that'll get broken down and then rebuilt. So we've jumped forward a couple of steps because there's a bit of a queue to get into this selfie spot. Now you have a lot of bats and spiders dangling down. They've put all the backdrops and everything in to add the very nice effect for your photos. And yes, the lampshade and the chairs, including the cushion, are all made from Lego bricks. So I don't know if people were sitting down on the chairs to get the photo taken, or if they were crouching in front of them, but it's not taken by a member of staff. So it is very much a case of, if it's a selfie spot, obviously you take your own photo. So there was an army of people just coming out. That's why we jumped forward a couple of steps, and then we will turn around and spin round and head back into the red room, which is one of the only places that you can grab yourself a bite to eat on this floor, unless you go down the stairs, which we'll see in a second, and there is another place available to get some snacks and drinks and things. So as you can see, a lot of people queuing up, because it's just getting to that time where everyone's getting hungry and wanting a bite to eat. But again, off the ceilings and all down the windows, you have plenty of spiders and bats and everything to keep yourselves entertained. And there's loads and loads of pumpkins about. But if you've been keeping count, let me know how many you've seen, and let me know if they're Lego or Duplo or Technic, because they have dotted them all around. So this is the massive and world famous tree that you go from the bottom of the staircase to the top. Now, if you notice, the stairs are actually wrapping around the tree, because we've already walked down a flight of stairs. So we are currently below where we started, looking at a completely different section, which is the yellow section. Now you've got all the butterflies and everything up top, and then underneath that, I think they are making flowers. And in the cabinets, again, it's a completely different theme in the cabinets. that is all on display. Now, a bit like the glass cabinets around the T-Rexes, I don't know how often they get changed. So I will explore at Christmas and see if it's the same again towards the new year as well. But you can see they've got all the butterflies there, but then they have added in quite a lot of bats. So if you can spot the bats and the spiders within the butterflies, let me know, because you can see them on the tree, and sort of they are dotted a lot all over the place. So they have gone to town on everything. So that section in the corner was another building opportunity, but for much younger ones, hence why I didn't go in. But like I said, we are in the yellow zone. This zone was a little bit more quiet than the other zones. But you can tell that it's obviously been very well used over the day because of how much flowers have been built. So I'm guessing they must rip them up at the end of the day like they do in all the other sections. Now we're coming into, I think, like a fish section where you can build your own fish from copying what you see on the screens. I'm sure that is the gist of how this area works, because you've got all the massive TV screens with the fish on, and then you've got the areas in the middle to actually build the fish. But like I said at the start of the video, it is very, very busy in certain sections, so I just try to look a little bit higher and look at the actual displays rather than focus on people building. So if you have actually managed to do any of this before, or get your work on show, or get it up on the wall, please let me know. So yes, it is the fish designer, so obviously that is what it is meant for. That is what that section is meant for. Now we will go round. There's a little library in this section as well, so there are actual books that you can just sit down and read, and it's got a load of chairs and everything there if you just need to relax and sort of chill out a little bit. And I think that it's obviously just all full of different types of Lego books, but that was actually very, very well used. That a lot of people were just sat down relaxing. I'm guessing obviously people grab a quick drink and then just sit down and read a book. Now going down to the history collection. Now you can imagine how many flights of stairs there are going from the basement level all the way up to the roof. So in the basement level you have the collection, the history collection, which is a full collection and a full history of the Lego group, which is available in a massive detailed playlist within the Billund playlist. I think it's like a five or six parter of the history of the company. You start right from the beginning where he starts with all of the wood and he moves all the way up to present day. That's why I didn't go all the way down and wrap through, because there is so much detail available. Now we're at the bottom of the staircase and you can see the size of the tree. Now this that we are about to see is a 6 brick challenge. So underneath all of these spiders you can see all the bricks, all 6 bricks, and you can make 915,103,765 different combinations from just 6 bricks, and they are the same bricks as well, and they're the bricks that you get given from this amazing machine. Again, this is available in the playlist. We do a full tour of this. This is the brick mould making machine, where it starts from literally the dust at the beginning, and then it works all the way through into the actual bricks in the bag, where you can catch the bag just before you leave on the way out. So what I didn't notice is that actually some of the pumpkins were lit. I didn't notice that until I got to this bit, so I didn't stop to check if a lot of the other pumpkins inside the Lego house did actually have lights, but there are a couple of those lit. But like I said in one of the previous videos, they don't dim the lights or anything, so it's not like it would be at the park where you get the sort of full Halloween effect. Now, can you spot all the engravings in the tree? There are a few. Now there are full details of this tree available in a different playlist. But just to give you some quick facts, the tree is just over 15 meters tall and it is made from more than 6 million Lego bricks. And on top of every branch, there is also other Lego sets that you can stop and take photos of as you walk up the stairs. And then when you get to the top, you can obviously see them all looking back down on the tree itself. So it is a super impressive thing to look at as you first come into the actual Lego house. And it does take some good time to soak it all in. So talking of time, guys, we are starting to run out of it. So hopefully you have enjoyed that tour of the Lego house. You can see the differences of what Halloween brings to other seasons throughout the year that the Lego house has to offer. But guys, as always, thank you very much for watching. You guys take care and hope to catch you in the next one. Ta-da!